Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studios in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Joyce Owosu. At top stories, federal government moves to address Easter massacres in Benue. Ogun State's government marks World Earth Day, calls for action on waste management and cleanliness. CORBON HDAN to host forum on impact of tax reforms on the housing sector. In the foreign scene, New York Attorney General faces scrutiny over mortgage deal amid Trump legal battle. We begin with national matters. President Bola Tinubu has expressed deep concern over the deadly Easter attacks that rocked 3 local government areas in Benue State, describing them as a rude awakening that will be confronted head-on. The president made his position known through his national security advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, who led a delegation to the state to commiserate with the government and people. During his visit, Ribadu appealed to residents not to politicize the ongoing security crisis, but to unite with both state and federal authorities in efforts to restore lasting peace. He met with political, traditional, religious, and community leaders, including unionists, as part of efforts to coordinate a response to the crisis. Meanwhile, the Tahukum Iyoke Akave confirmed that 11 more bodies were recovered following a fresh attack on Afia community in Hukum local government area early Tuesday. The traditional leader who represented the Tor Sankara said the death toll has continued to rise since Friday's coordinated attacks across the Sankara axis. Benue State's Governor Aisant Alier appreciated the presidential delegation's visit and pledged continued collaboration to bring peace to the affected areas. In an effort to curb the rising tide of insecurity and the surge of thuggery within Minna metropolis, the Niger State's government has announced a strict new policy with a zero-tolerance stance on crime. The state has suspended the movement of commercial motorcycles and tricycles from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., effective immediately. Governor Umar Bago, who made the announcement during an expanded critical stakeholder security meeting with traditional title holders and heads of security agencies in Minna, explained that the move was prompted by the recent rise in thuggery and the murder of a bank driver in the Fadba area on April 21.
Or Dakachi or Hakimi within the Minna Emirates must know who and who is in their domain. Security is everybody's business. I don't want to hear any news about that. Nobody is above the law. And the primary responsibility of government is to provide for the security and life of the citizens. I will lead the operation. I will follow each street of Minna, will fish them out, and we are going to make sure we deal with them accordingly. So zero tolerance to rascality in Minna. Anybody that you find with dreadlock, arrest him, barb his hair, and find him. Nobody should carry any kind of health court again inside Minna. I have given you marching order, the security agencies, anybody.
The governor clarified that the restriction on motorcycles and tricycles would not apply in cases of medical emergencies. He emphasized that this measure is temporary, aimed at stabilizing the security situation in the state's capital. Governor Bago also warned local leaders, including district, village and ward heads, that they are responsible for ensuring proper documentation of residents in their areas. He further issued a stern warning that any house harboring criminals would be demolished and buildings where illicit drugs are sold would also be destroyed.
Any house found harboring criminals should be demolished. Urban Development Board, bring it down. Any shop, any house found selling drugs should be pulled down immediately.
The governor also urged the state security agencies to intensify their efforts targeting criminal hideouts, their operatives, and their networks. He called on security personnel to particularly focus on rascals involved in criminal activities, no matter their appearance or hairstyles.
Anybody you find with a weapon, deal with him as an armed robber. So for parents, warn your children, warn your wards. From this moment, it's 100% fire for fire. Any attempt to harass any security officer is an attempt to harass the government of Niger State. We are going to come with the full force of power of government and descend on you.
Finally, Governor Bago appealed to parents to take responsibility for their children's actions, warning that anyone found involved in violent or criminal activities would face immediate arrest and prosecution under the full weight of the law. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, and the State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board Executive Secretaries have agreed on May 9, 2025 as the date for the inaugural flight for the 2025 Hajj season. According to a statement from the NACON's Assistant Director of Information and Publications, Fatima Sanda Usara, outbound flights will conclude by May 24, with inbound flights tentatively scheduled from June 13 and expected to end by July 2. The decision was reached after a meeting with the State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board Executive Secretaries in Abuja. NACON also disclosed the airline allocations for the 2025 Hajj airlift. Airpeace is assigned to airlift 5,128 pilgrims from several states, including Abia, Akwa Ibom, and Anambra. Flynas will carry 12,506 pilgrims from FCT, Kebbi, Lagos, Ogun, Osun, Sokoto, and Zamfara states. Max Air will serve pilgrims from Bauchi, Gombe, Jigawa, and other states, while UMZA will transport 10,163 pilgrims from Kaduna, Adamawa, and other states. NACON further reaffirmed its commitment to securing medical clinics in Makkah and Medina for pilgrims, distributing yellow cards, and ensuring no pregnant women were enrolled for the Hajj exercise. The 2025 Hajj airlift distribution is based on a total of 43,000 pilgrims. In commemoration of the 2025 World Earth Day, the Ogun State government has called on citizens to desist from indiscriminate waste disposal and open defecation. The government emphasized the need for a cleaner environment to ensure better living standards and improved health for all. Speaking at a sensitization talk held among market women in Abeokuta, the special advisor to the governor on youth, Comrade Olamide Lawal, stressed the importance of environmental cleanliness. Lawal, who represented the Commissioner for Environment, explained that taking action now could significantly improve the quality of life for citizens.
Environmentalists, we take it upon ourselves to bring this message to the people of Omida Market, because market is a place where a lot of waste are being generated every day. Of encouraging them, we have brought this message to them that yes, you are trying, but you are not there yet, because we need to keep enlightening people on how to manage their waste properly, because whatever happens to the planet reflects in us. If you have a very good environment, that's when you can have a better living standard.
Lawal, a member of the Nigerian Environmental Society, urged residents to take environmental matters seriously and adopt responsible waste management practices. He added that the state government was committed to raising awareness and facilitating necessary changes. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Nigerian Environmental Society, Jamiu Badmus, explained the purpose of the program, highlighting the role of market women in waste generation. He emphasized the importance of educating them on better waste management practices.
The planet is one, and we have made them realize that whatever everybody is doing is coming to this planet. Whether you are a trader, whether you are selling meat in the market, you are selling vegetable in the market, you are selling orange in the market, everything come back to the head. And it is our responsibility. We have told them that it is the collective responsibility of everybody to take care of this environment, because the environment must guarantee our well-being.
Also present was Chief Munchiu Anyede, a market leader who supported the initiative and pledged to work with the government and other stakeholders to ensure that market women understand and adopt proper waste disposal methods.
The government can improve in terms of infrastructure for the agency, like motor, big motors and small ones. Because immediately we use the refuse, we put it at the roadside, they will come and pick it. So if they have plenty of these machineries work, so they will be very, very effective.
The paramount ruler of the Tiv Nation, Professor James Ayatse, has reaffirmed the need for peace and unity among the Tiv people for the overall growth and development of the state. The statement was made during a briefing on the outcome of the high-powered meeting held at the Tiv Palace in Boko. The Tiv Nation and Benue State have faced numerous challenges in recent times, especially concerning security issues. This prompted the high-powered meeting convened by His Royal Majesty Professor James Otase Ayatse, along with prominent sons and daughters of Tiv extraction. Professor Ayatse emphasized that the purpose of the meeting was to promote unity and love among the Tiv people and chart a way forward for the collective progress of the people and the state.
Gathered together as Tiv people in a stakeholders meeting to look at challenges and to chart a way forward in love and unity for the good of our people and for the progress of the state. Where the spirit in that meeting was that of unity across the length and breadth of Benue State. We will speak the same voice, we will be united together for the progress and good of our people. I don't foresee any divisions, I don't foresee any disagreement. We are all facing common problems and challenges.
The meeting was attended by several dignitaries, including State Governor Aisent Elia, former Governor Samuel Otom and Gabriel Suswam, former Attorney General Michael Anduaka, senators, members of the House of Representatives, and other distinguished personalities from Tiv-speaking areas. No fewer than 500 prospective admission seekers from various communities in Obokun local government area of Osun State and beyond have benefited from free JAM registration and computer-based test CBT training in preparation for this year's JAM examination. The CBT training was organized by the Leo Vest Reassuring Hand Foundation to support the educational achievements of Governor Ademola Adeleke in Osun State. The administrator of the CBT Center described the training as an educational support initiative designed to help indigent citizens from rural communities gain the required knowledge for computer-based exams ahead of the 2025 JAM examination.
The registration was sponsored by Ambassador Dr. Olatunji Aodiran, the CEO of Leovest Reassurance and Foundation. He happened to be a philanthropist that is interested in the society and education. So having sponsored these students for their JAM registration, they went through 3 months tutorial classes just to brushing their knowledge. And it just approached the center that we should still give them CBT training so that one will prepare for the exam. We guide them on the nitty-gritty of the exam, the do's and don'ts. How do you attend questions so that you can fly color when the result is out?
Beneficiaries of the program commended the benefactor for sponsoring the CBT training as well as providing free JAM registration and tutorial classes. Many expressed gratitude, stating that their dreams of pursuing higher education would have been impossible without this intervention.
For the free JAM registration and for the free coaching lesson and for the free CBT training that he has given to us, we say a big thanks. On behalf of my colleagues, I really appreciate him, because if he did not pay for this JAM, I don't think I will be able to do this JAM this year, and almost some people will not be able to do this year. But I really thank him for everything he done for every one of us. God bless you, sir.
We take a pause here. News stories from the build sector are up next. Please stay with us.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
Welcome back. Glad to have you join us on Housing TV News at the top of the hour. Now to the build sector. The Lagos State government is calling on residents to report any buildings that appear unsafe, warning that ignoring safety issues could lead to more building collapses. This comes after a structure in Ojodo Bega collapsed, which officials say was caused by continued construction despite failing safety tests. According to the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory, the building had failed a non-destructive test and required further checks by structural engineers. But the owners allegedly continued building at night and on holidays to avoid detection. As a result, the government plans to begin mandatory 5-year structural integrity tests on nearby buildings in the Oremeta area starting April 22. Residents are encouraged to report suspicious or unsafe buildings via WhatsApp or prompt action. The agency stressed its commitment to ensuring construction materials meet safety standards, noting that quality materials not only protect lives but also promote long-term sustainability in the face of Lagos's rapid urban growth. The Council of Registered Buildings of Nigeria, CORBON, in collaboration with the Housing Development Advocacy Network, HDAN, will host a high-level forum on Thursday, April 24 at the Abuja Continental Hotel to examine the implications of Nigeria's new tax reforms on the building and construction sector. The event aims to address concerns about how these fiscal changes may affect construction costs, housing development, and investor confidence in the real estate market. Key speakers at the forum include the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, as keynote speaker, and the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Dangiwa, as special guest of honor. The event will feature expert panels across taxation, real estate, and construction, with CORBON Chairman Builder Samson Opaoluwa serving as chief host. According to HDAN Executive Director Festus Adebayo, the forum is designed to inform, advocate, and influence policies that promote sustainable housing development. Participation is by registration and targets senior professionals and policy influencers, with outcomes expected to feed into ongoing consultations with the National Assembly's Tax Reform Committee. The Katsina State government has disbursed over 3.1 billion naira in compensation to individuals affected by land acquisitions for development projects, with an additional 2 billion naira allocated in the 2025 budget to continue the initiative. Deputy Governor Malam Farouk Jobe made the announcement during the state's monthly press briefing, emphasizing the administration's commitment to fair compensation. To modernize land administration, the state established the Katsina State Geographic Information Service with an investment of 859 million naira. This new agency aims to replace outdated manual systems with a digital platform to improve transparency, enhance land record management, and reduce fraud. Additionally, 725 million naira was spent on acquiring heavy machinery and vehicles to support development control and enforcement of building regulations. In the lead-up to Africa's biggest housing and construction event, organizers of the Africa International Housing Show have announced an affordable housing awareness walk scheduled to take place in Abuja this July. The walk, set for Saturday, July 26, 2025, will kick off from the Cedar Lounge at the National Stadium in Abuja by 7 a.m. and will be led by the Executive Director of the Housing Development Advocacy Network and convener of the Africa International Housing Show, Barrister Festus Adebayo. The event aims to raise public awareness on the urgent need for affordable and sustainable housing solutions across Nigeria and the African continent. Participants from the built environment, civil society groups, and youth organizations are expected to take part in the walk, which is open to the general public. The walk serves as a curtain raiser to the Africa International Housing Show, which will run from July 27 to August 1, 2025 at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. Organizers are urging attendees to come in sportswear and carry placards with housing-themed messages as they prepare to walk for housing and walk for change. With over 40,000 expected participants from more than 21 countries, AIHS 2025 promises to be a landmark event in the continent's push for housing development. From the foreign scene, New York Attorney General Letitia James is facing allegations of mortgage fraud after co-signing a 2023 loan to help her niece buy a home in Virginia. A former Trump administration official, William Plute, claims James misrepresented the property as her primary residence to get a better loan rate. James's office denies the accusation, saying she clearly indicated she would not live in the home and that her niece is the main borrower. They have dismissed the claim as politically motivated and released part of the loan application to support their stance. The U.S. Department of Justice is reviewing the complaint, but no charges have been filed. The timing has sparked speculation of political retaliation, as James previously led a major civil case against former President Donald Trump. South Korea is aiming for a quick resolution in trade talks with the United States over the 25% tariffs on automobiles and steel. Industry Minister Ang Deok-jeon emphasized the urgency of protecting key sectors, particularly the auto industry, which has been significantly affected by the tariffs. South Korea was granted a 90-day suspension of reciprocal tariffs, and the government is pushing to make this relief permanent. Exports to the U.S. fell in April, including a 6.5% drop in auto exports, prompting Seoul to introduce emergency support measures for the sector, with companies like Hyundai closely watching the outcome. The talks may also touch on the cost of stationing U.S. troops in South Korea. While Seoul has said it won't link defense costs to trade issues, Minister An said the government is prepared if the U.S. raises the topic during negotiations. And that's the much we can take on housing news at the top of the hour. Before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. Federal government moves to address Easter massacres in Benin. Ogun State government marks World Earth Day, calls for action on waste management and cleanliness. CORBON HDAN to host forum on impact of tax reforms on housing sector. In the foreign scene, New York Attorney General faces scrutiny over mortgage deal amid Trump legal battle. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to Housing TV News on YouTube and follow Housing TV on all social media platforms. Download the Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. I am Joyce also. Bye for now.